Hope everybody's doing well out there. Yesterday, I decided to go ahead and change out my cold air intake. I did have a K and N air filter in it, and that helped out a little bit. Anytime you go from the stock air filters and kind of their air intake systems, you're going to get a little bit more airflow, horsepower, torque, things like that. But wanted to kind of just take it a step further, and so I went ahead and went with the, if I get it close enough here, but I went with the AFE Power cold air intake system. And I'm using the oiled filter. It did come with two. Came with the oiled filter, and then it came with just kind of a, what they call basically a disposable one. What they call a dry filter. And so I went ahead and used the oil to begin with. I won't keep it once it's time to change it out, just simply because of the maintenance that go with them. And there's really not a performance difference. So for me, I like simple things. So once this air filter goes, then I'm just going to change out the other one. So I've got another one. I mean, they're $90 air filters. I did have to do basically, you change out this entire piece here, all the way from basically here all the way. You do remount there. You use the factory sensor that hooks onto here. The only modification you really have to do in the entire installation is to change out this tubing here, because of the way it's set from factory. It kind of gets in the way of the vent here. So they do give you this. You just kind of cut it, and then you just put these on, and they're just on with some clamps here, as you can see. Just kind of gets it out of the way so it's not right up against it. And you kind of zip tie a few of these things. I zip tied this and then this right here to kind of clean this up, so stuff isn't just kind of moving around. But as far as the reason why I went with the AFE cold air intake was, they were the only ones that I saw any data on that actually backed up their horsepower claim, which was 37 horsepower. And they had some where they had dynoed a Z06, and they had that information on there. So basically, the horsepower that this car now has, I got 30 additional horsepower when I changed out the exhaust system, and that's in another video you guys can check out. And this right here will give me an additional 37, so that brings this bad boy or this bad lady up, because this is the Black Mamba, brings her up to 717 horsepower. So that's more than enough for me. I'm not really big into wanting to get into the Hennessy or get into the Callaway and just go crazy with horsepower, because there's always going to be another car out there that's got more horsepower than yours. But I think 717 on just a badass car is more than I'm ever going to want. So, or more than ever I really want to handle. But I think that changing out this, again, the air intake, I did take it out last night after I put it in, and went about 20 miles or so, and could definitely feel a difference in it. It did have a little bit more pep on it. You could tell the engine's just getting a lot more air, and so that was really good to see. Again, I'm not a mechanic, so this is something that, if you can work with tools, a novice, things like that, you can definitely do. This is a simple mod that you can do yourself. That, the air intake system, this one here, because it did come with the two filters, ran me, I think it was like $595 for the system. But to get 37 more horse just out of a box, and you don't have to do any tuning to it, I'm all for that. So if you guys are out there, you got a Corvette, a Z06, and you're thinking about, wanting to add some horsepower to it that you can do yourself, this is a great little, I think it took me like an hour and a half to do it. It didn't take that long. I think I spent more time looking for a grommet that actually fell down into the engine than I did putting the thing in. So real excited about it. Not really going to get too crazy in. A lot of people change out, you know, covers and all that kind of stuff. Again, like I've said in other videos, this isn't really going to be a big show car for me. It's going to be something that we may have in a show and shine whenever I'm out with the Vet Club, but I'm not going to be going crazy and trying to win a bunch of trophies and everything else. It's just great to get out and enjoy. So then want to just kind of throw this cool quick video in here. Anytime I do something to the car, I like to you know, document it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a question. If you're thinking about doing this yourself, you know, the only other little trick that I did see is when you're taking off the sensor here, make sure this red clip is all the way out. I mean, it literally almost comes all the way off, because I had it and it looked like it was undone, and I'm pulling on it, and luckily I didn't do any damage to it, but it should pop off really simply whenever it's totally disengaged. So that, I think that was the only thing that kind of, if I would have known a little bit more about it, it might have helped me out. So was going to do a whole video on it, but it didn't work out. So I wanted to kind of give you guys an after of what I've got here. So we do have a vet function this weekend. I'm going to take you guys with me. We're going to be celebrating 45 years of the Tulsa Vet Club, and we're having our birthday party at Extreme Racing, which is just a cool place. I'll take you guys inside there. They basically have like little miniature race cars, go-kart type deals that go about 50 miles an hour, and it's all indoors. So I want to take you guys along with that. I'll try to take you on a ride with me if they'll allow me to do that with a GoPro. I don't know if they will or not, but and then also, of course, they're going to have a 2-hour shine-in show, so I'm going to get some pictures and some video of that, and so I'll make a small video this weekend once that's finished. Guys, if you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel out there, and hopefully you guys like looking at Corvettes, because that's what I basically show on this channel. So again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.